Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be doing the compatibility chart between Sam Ashgari and Britney Spears. I found such crazy stuff going on in this Synastry chart that I was just floored because it's crazy. So grab some popcorn. Now his narcissist conjuncts her Echo 0 degrees and her Jupiter conjuncts his Juno 1 degree. This is really fascinating because it's almost like a cross purposes between these two asteroids in Greek mythology. But I'm going to break them down and you'll see how everything ties together when it comes to the end of my analysis. Now, in Greek mythology, there's Narcissist and Echo. And Echo fell in love with Narcissist. And in this case, Echo is Britney. So she was she was a nymph in the woods, and she would talk to Hera, and she would go on, and she distracted Hera from realizing that Zeus was a cheater. So Hera cursed Echo not to have a voice. And I don't mean she lost her voice completely. It's just that she couldn't talk about things anymore, and she could only repeat what other people had to say. So this is like Britney. She lost her voice during the conservatorship. So now she falls in love with Narcissist, and this is unrequited love. And Narcissist rejected her. And so Sam rejects Britney, and he files for divorce. And Narcissist fell in love with his reflection, and it was all about him. Now, Narcissist and Echo were not married, but Jupiter and Juno were. I will get to that. So after Narcissist, Sam rejects Echo, Britney. Echo runs off to the forest and hides and then pines over Narcissist for the rest of her life because she couldn't have his love. Well, Britney did not hide, and she's not going to pine over Sam for the rest of her life because Britney's Narcissist conjuncts his sun 1 degree. You can't make this up. So now Britney's Narcissist conjuncts his sun. So she loves herself just as well. She's in love with herself just as much as her husband is. So let's go back to Britney's Jupiter conjuncting his Juno 1 degree. Now in Greek mythology, Jupiter and Juno were married. And Juno was very faithful as a wife. So that's where this twist comes in, because Britney's Jupiter conjuncting his Juno, Jupiter was known to be very unfaithful to Juno. So this is where it ties in together. There's marriage here and there's unfaithfulness. So again, this highly suggests that Britney was unfaithful to her husband. And it gets deeper because there's more indications of that, as well as other things. Now, his Mars conjuncts her Goldfinger asteroid, 1 degree. And his Mars also conjuncts her Silver asteroid, 2 degrees. So he got his paws, on her money. Mars is there's fire and power to it, so he went in there and grabbed her finger and got the gold and got the silver as well. Her Hecate conjuncts his North Node, 1 degree. And it's in the 2nd house. That has to do with money. Now, whatever conjuncts your North Node from the other person, this will be the theme of the relationship, a theme of the relationship for you eventually. So Hecate has to do with a false image, portraying to be something that you're not, and a shadow side. So that was the theme of the relationship for him. Maybe he got tired of, all of this false persona and the fantasy and, her projecting to be something that she really wasn't. But that's a lot of what went on in the relationship for him. His James Bond, actor, and nemesis conjuncts her IC. The IC is right on the cusp of the 4th house, which rules the home and family, and it opposes the midheaven. So whatever happens here happens behind the scenes, and no one gets to see it because it's at the bottom of the chart, so it's hidden. His James Bond, that, yes, there is an asteroid called James Bond that has to do with, so he spied on her, and he was like a detective behind the scenes trying to figure out what was going on. His actor also conjuncts her IC. So he was just as much of a, you know, well, actor, it's self-explanatory. You know, he pretended to be something that he wasn't. And also there's nemesis involved there, and that can involve devious behavior, becoming an enemy, or also betrayal. So he's slinking behind the scenes like James Bond, trying to figure out what she's doing and what is going on. Her Aeschylus and Attila conjuncts his Venus 2 degrees. And Venus is a love planet. So Aeschylus has to do with like a tragedy, and it's conjuncting her Attila as well. And Attila has to do with forceful behavior, being like a brute. So she was had force against him and used that to boss him around. Now, I've already talked about her narcissist conjuncting his sun, but there's interesting things as well going on in this little group gathering of these asteroids and his luminary. Not only does her narcissist conjunct his sun, but it also conjuncts his Hecate, which I explained before, which is conjuncting, her Hecate is conjuncting his north node. But his Hecate is conjuncting his sun, which means he portrays a false image. And also, her Zeus is conjuncting his sun. Interesting, because Zeus is a major cheating asteroid. So this highly suggests to me that not only was it all about her, but she was like, I think, had another man on the side, or there was cheating involved, because Zeus 100% doesn't fail to deliver. The most interesting part of this little party with these asteroids going on is her Zeus also conjuncts the Arabic lot that has to do with divorce. I plugged that in there. So in her life, since her Zeus, the cheating asteroid, is conjuncting her Arabic lot that has to do with divorce at 1 degree, this means to me that most of her marriages failed because of her infidelities. And I did the compatibility chart between her and Kevin Federline, and in that chart, cheating. So now this all makes sense to me. Not only does that Arabic lot conjunct her cheating asteroid, it conjuncts his sun. So this means there will be a divorce and the marriage will end. Also, his Neptune, Psyche, Deianira, which is the victim asteroid, it conjuncts her south node and her Venus. So I'm going to break this down, and I'm going to start with the planets first. His Neptune conjuncts our Venus, 3 degrees. Neptune, fogginess, deception, cloudiness, not seeing someone as what they are. You look at them with rose-colored glasses. And since his Neptune is conjuncting her Venus, she didn't see him in the light that she could have. His Psyche, Deianira, also conjuncts her south node in Venus. So whatever conjuncts your south node from the other person, those energies will definitely come into play. But it feels very familiar here to her. So it's her south node. So she looks at this like, oh, well, yeah, he's so cute, and it's a fantasy, but I love him, and I'm Echo, and I really want to be with him. And he's going to be a victim, but it's not really like that. I mean, whatever those energies, when those energies conjunct your south node, you kind of explain it away. And Deianira has to do with victimhood, and Psyche has to do with love, passion, and soul. But Psyche is also conjuncting Neptune. So again, there's this illusion about this love, passion, and soul situation. And he became a victim, And also it's conjuncting her Venus, the love planet. His Venus squares her Neptune, 0 degrees. Whenever you have a Venus square Neptune in a compatibility chart, guaranteed deception without fail, usually on the Neptune person's part. And in this case, she's the Neptune. And this square is at 0 degrees, and that is the tightest orb you can get. If the Neptune squaring Venus in a compatibility chart is about 5 degrees or higher, then the energies become weaker. But at 0 degrees, guaranteed deception. Now let's get to the cheating part of this compatibility chart. Her Poseidon conjuncts his Zeus and Mercury. Mercury is a thinking and talking planet. And I've said before, Zeus, cheating. Her Poseidon conjuncts that asteroid in Mercury. And Poseidon was the brother of Zeus. So I think that he went to her and said, "You're cheating on me." And she probably denied it. And she's still denying it. But I'm going to put money on this. I would have to say that there was cheating involved. I think there was, definitely. Also, his Uranus conjuncts her Venus. And that is very unstable for a love relationship because Uranus is unpredictable and you never know what to expect. So the chances of this relationship lasting a long time, slim. And since lie is sandwiched in between these two, the lie is conjuncting his Uranus, he would just sporadically come out and, without warning, drop lies, or he would stretch the truth when it came to the relationship between the two of them. And that's what I think. And that's what the chart is telling me. And the charts don't lie. His Jupiter conjuncts her below 1 degree. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. So whatever it conjuncts, it will, the energies will become stronger. It's conjuncting her below 1 degree. And below, I've explained that asteroid before, and it can mean a couple of different things. I don't have her here to validate that, but I'm going to tell you what those energies of that asteroid can signify. 1, failures and mistakes. 2, below can also mean an addiction or usage of cocaine. It can also mean a physical fight or altercations. So you could decide which 3 of those, would coincide with the rest of the chart. I don't know if she uses drugs. I'm not saying that she does. Definitely there's failures and mistakes involved in this relationship, but she also could have gotten really mad and, cracked him over the head with a frying pan or something because Jupiter's there, and this is in Scorpio. So it's a guarantee that there's a blow up going on here. His Pholus conjuncts her Casanova, 2 degrees. Cheating. Pholus has to do with, again, it's like an explosion. It explodes the energies of whatever it's conjuncting. And Casanova is a sweet-talking ladies' man and, thrill of the chase. But she's a woman, but still, I've seen this before. Casanova can also apply to a woman. So, again, cheating. Her Mars conjuncts his Lysistrata, 0 degrees. Mars conjuncting Lysistrata, fire and power to this. It brings it into a culmination, and Lysistrata has to do with sexual manipulation. So this indicates to me that there was, he used sex as a weapon and also used it to his advantage to try to get what he wanted. Now, this planetary aspect that I'm going to explain next would coincide with the whole rest of the chart as far as the infidelities are concerned. His Mars squares her Uranus, 3 degrees. That's a cheating aspect. I've seen it before, and it's in another celebrity's compatibility chart as well. They're still together, and the cheating has not come into play yet, or we don't know, but I'm getting off on a tangent. So when you have Mars square Uranus, especially if it's 5 degrees or less, and this is at 3, there's a sexual pull here. In the beginning, a sexy passion, and over time, the Uranus person will get bored. They feel like they need to get it on with someone else, and it happens suddenly, and it's out of the blue, and it's very unstable. And in this case, she is the Uranus person. So there's a lot of backups here and validations suggesting that she was unfaithful in this relationship. So that's all I have, and I hope you enjoyed this interpretation. And if you're interested in more Synastry charts, hit the subscribe button. And if you want a compatibility chart, my email is in the description box. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.